Oh, excuse me. Okay, basically, I've got my Xbox to do this on. I, I'm not sure the phone I got would do it. I can't get up to my computer, so I'm doing it on the Xbox. Now, this I believe is episode 9. The new episode will be on at 8 o'clock Central Time. 6 o'clock, the new episode will start. The thing that's going on now is they had a guy come in, and this is at least the second balloon test that I've seen on the show. And this one worked. When they did the first one, winds just picked up and like ripped the balloon out of it. They had to let it go, or they figured it'd break the string or break off the string. And the way they talked, they never found the balloon or the equipment. This one worked, and some of the data that they got, there was a time anomaly. I think it was like quarter of a second. The first time I watched, I thought it was like 5 seconds, but it sounds like they have data that shows that there was a quarter of a second time difference between two different things. And like the thing they're doing now, the same guy with the balloon, because the balloon was up there for days or a week or more, and they noticed that in some areas of the ranch there was an anomaly where they had decreases. They had like electrical readings and magnetic or gravity readings, and they had an increase in one and a decrease in the other, and that didn't make sense to the to Dr. Taylor. And I kind of tweeted this out to the ranch. I can kind of do stuff on the commercial breaks, but I tweeted this out to the ranch that they brought in a guy from the NIDS team. He was there when Bigelow owned the ranch, and Dr. Taylor. Dr. Taylor worked for him. This was the guy that was head of the UAP task force. And he said when he was on the ranch for Bigelow, there was something that they saw. There were three or four of them, and they saw something. And I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I've just the last couple days have just not been great. I feel like I'm doing better today than I was yesterday, but the last 2, 3, 4 days have just been not great. And some of it was because I'm basically trying to get around, putting my shoes on every day. I'm trying. I should still be taking like Wednesday and Saturdays off and not doing a whole lot, just stretching my feet. But I've been putting my shoes on and doing some walking every day. I've even gone outside a couple times. I can't get much done, but at least I get out. I think I've done it twice now. And just kind of putzed around, walking around on the sidewalk outside and some other stuff. But the he made the comment that when they were there, and I'm kind of giving the example, and if this isn't exactly what it was, at least gives you an idea. Like one of them saw like it was like a glowing thing, and one of them saw a triangle, one of them saw a square, one of them saw a circle, and I think one of them saw a rectangle. If there were four, and that's the thing, they it was all the same area, And then when they started talking about each one of them saw something different, and I kind of let the people on the ranch know. I go, look, you know, you guys at least have to consider the possibility that if you've got something on there that can, falsify what the eye is seeing or what the brain is responding to, whatever that is, whether it's, some government secret project or a non-human intelligence, can probably mess with your sensor equipment. So I go, your sensor equipment may or may not be showing you what you think it is. And after I did that, it was like a day or two later, I remembered it was an earlier season. Dr. Travis, or Dr. Taylor Travis, he was in Alabama, and he had, like, I think if I remember it right, he had like a hitchhiker effect at home. And they try to, apparently, if one of them has a hitchhiker effect away from the ranch, they try to get a hold of the ranch to see if there's anything strange going on at the ranch. So he had the ability to log into the cameras remotely from home. And if I remember right, he saw like just freakish weather, thunderstorms, rain, it was bad weather. And then when he got back on the ranch, he was going over with Eric. They showed it in the episode. And Eric pulled it up. That's the head scientist for the project. And what he found was it was like clear skies and sunny. And Travis was like, that is not what I saw when I logged in at home. Okay, it raised the magnetic field while lowering the electrical field. And like the one time they were doing it, they brought in these people with telescopes, and what they wanted them to do is they wanted them to look through this what they figure is an anomaly site, and then when the stars came in, because there were things they wanted them to look for, they knew would be there. Well, if they weren't clear, then it would be an indication that something was affecting what they could see. I might cancel the stream if I'm going to cough so much. But they what happened was every time those guys went to lock on something so they could look and see if they could see it clearly or if there was an issue, the data disappeared from their computer. And then it would reappear when it was on the other side of the anomaly. It happened multiple times. It happened to more than one of the cameras. I think they had like 3 or 4 different telescopes. They had 3 or 4 different telescopes, and it was happened to all of them. Well, then the data was there, but the camera wasn't working. And the thing is, after what that guy said, I got to rethink it. It's like, well, did it really delete the data from the telescope, or did it delete it from their eyes so they couldn't see it and it was there? And the same thing, like when the camera quit working, did it really quit working, or did this thing just fix it so they couldn't see the camera then? Because again, the way that guy was talking, each one of them saw something different. So it had shown, if the guy's telling the truth, if we take him at his word, that guy was basically letting you know that this thing could affect what you see. You know. And I mean, if it can make one guy see a square and one person see a circle, well, it's possible that it could make everybody not see a camera. And it could make everybody not see data that was in the computer. Hang on one sec. If you didn't notice it, if anybody does come on, I cannot see a chat. I can either look at the chat. I can either look at the chat on here, or I can look at the Skinwalker Ranch. And since I'm trying to do this as a reaction video, this isn't a cough drop. It's a Jolly Rancher, but I'm hoping it will stop me from coughing. Otherwise, I'm just going to end the stream if I'm going to be coughing all day. Now, the description for this next one that's coming up is saying it's episode 20. The one we're on now is 9. 9 or 10. But there's an upcoming episode that is listed as episode 20. And then I think it's the new episode. This one I think is 10, the next one is 20, and then the one after that was supposed to be the new episode. That's like episode 12. Okay, now they're doing feedback on it. They're talking about how in the past they had tried to drill, they had a horizontal driller in there, and they tried to drill into the mesa and come up into something, and they got into something that it just would not drill through. And the guy who was running the drilling rig, who was something of an expert on this, he said, the drill bit we got in there shouldn't be anything naturally that's in this mesa that I can't drill through. Well, then they tried to come down on it, and both times they hit something and just couldn't go any further. But the thing that really freaked them out was they couldn't see any damage to the bit. And the guys on the ranch and even the driller, they're like, my God, as long as we spun that fighting with 8,000 pounds of pressure to try and dig through it, he goes, we should have damaged the drill bit. And the thing is, with that one guy, well, was there something there that made that guy think he was running the drill, but he'd actually backed it off and it either wasn't much pressure or he wasn't doing any pressure? And they got one of the guys from the security team, kind of a big dude. He apparently has some experience with drilling, so they got him running like a little miniature drill on top of the mesa, and they're actually trying to come down on it. It's definitely better, but I think I'm going to just end it as much as I'm coughing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep coughing. I'm just gonna end it. I don't wanna. I don't wanna cough on everybody. I can go lay down in bed if I'm gonna be doing that. I apologize. Hope everybody has a better day.